I'm going to be analysing Spurs' performance against Ajax in the Champions League semi-final, second leg. So first, the type of analysis that I chose for the team performance was data mining. As you can see, I picked out the stats for Tottenham had almost 60% possession compared to Ajax's 40%, which shows that Spurs need to kind of work on their chances creating, as they did only create 5 clear-cut chances with their 60% possession. However, it also shows Spurs had 24 shots and only 7 on target. This shows that Spurs need to work on their shots on target rate. It also shows that they were able to keep the ball well despite not creating that many chances. The feedback that I gave would be group feedback, as I do this by standing in front of them and communicating with the whole team as a group, have them all together. We would talk about things such as going 1-0 down at the start early on in the game. However, I would also praise them with how well they kept their motivation and drive to come back into the game. The type of analysis I would use for an individual performance on Lucas Moura would be video analysis. This I would use 3, which would be his 3 goals, his hat-trick that he scored. The first one is how he picks up a good position and reacts to the ball dropping, which gives him a clear chance at goal from around the penalty spot, which makes it very hard for the keeper Onana to save. The second one, Lucas shows great determination and excellent dribbling, where he weaves in and out and uses his body to drop the shoulder well, where he makes great space despite being in a very tight space. He opens it out and gives him room to shoot a goal where he finds the side netting. He then shows, despite it being late in the game around the 95th minute, he then shows great ball anticipation where the ball drops from Dele Alli's flick. As he knows Dele Alli well and how he plays, he's able to know where the ball's going to go and where he can then break through the defence and strike a ball with his weaker foot around the edge of the box where it slides past Onana. The feedback analysis I would give would be 1-to-1 feedback, where I would show him the good points of the game. I'd sit down with him, show him good points of the game. However, I'd also show him things that he can improve on, such as his off-the-ball work, and using video analysis with 1-to-1 feedback can be really effective, as I can go into real good depth and detail on things such as his off-the-ball movement, his vision, his ball awareness, and things like that. For an individual sport, I chose to go with Andy Murray versus Djokovic in the US 2012 Open Final. The first one, Andy Murray reacts to a great shot from Djokovic. This is due to his high levels of concentration and ball anticipation. This, by having good concentration and ball anticipation, it gives him a much better chance to have a clearer shot and more powerful shot at Djokovic where he can't defend. And then this next one shows that Djokovic can read the game very well due to his high IQ in the tennis game. He uses good positioning and concentration where he can clearly predict the ball that Andy Murray strikes is going to go out of play, which he can then earn a point very easily. However, this is a hard technique and can be risky, but Djokovic masters it and does it very well. In the third photo, this analysis shows that Andy Murray is using very good positioning on the court as he's able to block Djokovic's shot, and he takes up a very attacking position. This can be risky, but Andy Murray is also known as a quite attacking tennis player, so he's able to read where the ball goes. As I'm sure he does this a lot in training, he's able to read Djokovic's shot and block it, making it very hard for Djokovic to defend due to Andy Murray being so close. The feedback I'd give to feedback analysis I'd give would be 1-to-1, and I'd sit down and show him the strengths and weaknesses again on the in-depth movements and things that he can do, things that he done well. However, I'd also go into detail on things that he needs to improve on, such as body positioning, whether decision making, whether he can open his body out to hit a further range tennis strike, or whether he can cut across it. This all depends on Djokovic's positioning or Andy Murray's positioning, and just making the right decision at the right time, which video analysis and giving 1-to-1 feedback can be very effective for this. So yeah.